We have a lot of rain again for California, but also a lot of precipitation for the west in general, and also some snow for the northeast, and a fire risk for the mid-Atlantic to North Carolina. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Pew. It's November 16, 2025. So unfortunately again for California and the west coast in general, you guys are going to have another isolated low pressure system coming down from the northern Pacific. And the same thing's going to be happening like we've seen for the past few days, where this low pressure system is going to be bringing in a plume of moisture or an atmospheric river into the entirety of the west coast. So from Washington state all the way down to central California coast, you guys can see some showers probably around like 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific time. Now most of the heavy precipitation is going to be from southwest Oregon to central California. And so speaking of central California, you guys are still seeing remnants of the showers that we've seen from yesterday's low pressure system in the south, and that has traveled to the Central Valley, and you guys are going to see the consistent light to moderate rain until about 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. But as this low pressure inches closer, you guys are going to see more precipitation throughout the evening and into tomorrow. And so we're going to see a band of moderate to heavy rain traverse through the state, and so places like LA probably won't see this heavy rain probably until about tomorrow morning. So with that being said, the Weather Prediction Center did issue a moderate risk for flash flooding throughout the entirety of the California coast and a slight risk in the central California coastline. And for overnight tomorrow, we're going to have a slight risk in the LA area again. And so that low pressure that we saw in the LA area that caused a lot of rain is now going to be in the Four Corners area. So places like Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado are going to see a lot of rain and maybe even a thunderstorm. Now if we go to the other side of the country in the northeast and east coast, we're going to have the opposite problem as we're dealing with post-frontal conditions. So yesterday we had a cold front passing through, bringing in cold dry air, and with that cold air it's bringing in freezing temperatures. We're going to have a low level pressure somewhere around the main area, and that's still bringing in northwesterly flow. And so if you live southeast of the Great Lakes of Erie and Ontario, you guys may see some lake effect snow. But in general, for the upstate parts of these northeast states, you guys are going to see some snow too. But if we go down a couple states, we're still going to have that northwesterly flow, but with the Appalachian Mountains we're going to have a lot of downslope drying. And also looking at 700 millibars, we're going to have some increase of wind speed around the Appalachian Mountains during midday, and that's going to increase the downslope drying. So with the winds going downslope from the Appalachian Mountains, we're going to have increase of temperatures, which is going to decrease the relative humidity to around 20 to 30%, which is going to make the conditions very dry. And with very high low level winds and also a stark contrast in temperature at the surface, we're going to have a lot of surface wind speed from about 15 to 25 miles per hour. And so from Maryland all the way to North Carolina, we're going to have a fire risk, but especially in the Virginia area where we have a critical fire risk or a 2 out of 3.